Good morning, beautiful beings. So welcome to Daily Guidance with me, Wingish Nibe Mejeki Kwe. Or maybe it's Wingish Nibish Meshkiki Kwe. That's how to say sweetgrass water medicine woman in Ojibwe. One of those ways. And that's me, sweetgrass water medicine woman. You're a friendly, freaky ass medicine woman. Christianna Carr and Chris Carr's superstar. That's right. Oh, this divine being right here. Welcome to you, divine beings, right here too. How's it going for you? I just did a little Tell It Tuesdays. I know I haven't been on for a while because I've been there with my Eagle sister and supporting her with my other sisters. Because her husband made the transition to the Blue Road on Sunday. So, yeah, that's why I was not there. I did go to my mother's on Friday. Did I do a thing on Friday? So I did 3 days ago. What's that? We're at Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday. So it must have been Friday I did one, didn't I? I don't know. Anyways, so that's where I was. I was going to pop on at the weekend, and then I didn't. I had a few drinks, so it was a great time at the Rogers celebration. Thank you, you beautiful Rogers. I love you all. You're awesome. So now all you strong boys get up here and help me move this garage. Anyways, let's get moving on because my Eagle sister, she'll be going to the funeral home today to get John's body. He's asked to be cremated. I'm going to do a ceremony for her. For him, her. So, but she wants me to meet back at her place. So she's going to text me when she's heading back there. And then we'll meet at the same time. So, I know I was just scraping the old stuff. You used to empty it every time and start a fresh smudge, right? Should not put a smudge on top of an old smudge. Okay. That's a teaching that I've heard. I haven't pushed it aside and I'll put them all down there. Because I've seen it done different ways. The intentions, right? It is the intentions because that energy will follow that. And then again, then it's divine's will, not ours will. Because we might have that intention, but it's up to what the divine has. Divine's will, not our will. What am I looking for? I'm staring at this piece of sage right there, but I'm going to take that. I'm going to keep it in my travel kit. So I'll grab this one over here. This is the sage that I got from my Eagle sister, Lynn. I'm going to put her sage down, and I'm throwing some of my cedar on top of it. I collected this cedar, picked it in a good way. Always put down your tobacco. Never take from the first plant. I've heard the teachings a few times. Now, it's important to know, it says, know the names of your teachers, where your teachings are coming from. For me, I think all my teachings are coming from Creator, from Source, from Mother Earth, even if they're coming through the people's mouths, okay? So, and I don't always remember the names. Some I do, some I don't, but that doesn't mean they haven't taught me a great lesson. It doesn't mean they didn't know what they were talking about. Sometimes I learn more from the people that don't know what they're talking about, because that makes me research a little more, right? Because I don't listen to man. I listen to my Creator. I follow my spirit, and I always have. That's got me in trouble sometimes from human beings. But I think I've always been in these good books because I'm so entertaining. How can I not be, right? You're kind of seeing a little bit. When I get alone, oh my goodness, crazy. I don't dance around my living room as crazy as I used to because it hurts. But, you know, I still, you know, like if you're going to be watching, I might as well give you something to watch. I don't want to be boring. I know I am to some. It's okay. Blah, blah, blah. They're swinging. That's right, we're swinging. It was beautiful. My mother was able to take the children, so I've been praying for that healing too, so who knows? Because right now my little is wanting mommy. My mommy's got her own stuff. She's all packed up, and that's okay. I've never really took that personally because I wanted to help her, and then I couldn't. So part of that sadness is too because I can't help my mom, right? But it was never my job to save her. I kind of felt like that as a kid, right? Because, well, if she came to me to help me, she would get in trouble, right? So you get in trouble, right? That was Ken, my biological father, wouldn't let her come come to help me. Why? Because my matches, right? Like, I don't know where my matches are. Like, I didn't just use them already. Like, huh? Right? Weirdo. It's okay. So we pray for that healing. It's always there. Okay. Do they smudge? Got the cedar. Got the cedar on top there. Cedar is protection and cleansing as well. I put that up there, and I picked that cedar. Now I said in a good way, and then I went off into the teaching. So in a good way, I always put down the tobacco first, and then you ask. You go to the biggest plant. That's the mother plant or the grandmother plant. It's the biggest. And you ask that permission. You put that tobacco down. You get that permission. Then you go. Some say 7 plants. So you don't take from the grandmother plant. Some will say 7. You take from one of the smaller ones. And you don't take too much because it needs to grow and flourish again. Always ask permission. And if it's not letting go, you don't have permission. Move to the next one. It will let go easy. Glitch. Any more questions? Like feel free to ask, and I can research that for you, or go. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask about what you don't understand. How do we get any understanding if we don't ask, or if we assume? There you go. Pull that all over you. This one's for you. I just had a smudge in the other video, so that's all for you. See, and it's coming up. I got that sweet grass around there too, so that's coming up through that sweet grass too. So even though sweet grass is not burning, it's still. That sponge is still touching that, so it's bringing in those good vibes too. It's cleaning out, bringing it in. It's all about that balance, right? Balance. Everything in balance. That's all right. Okay. Here we are. I'm going to do a Moonlodge spread. Find our center, because... oh, yeah. All I know is I need it. Got to keep that center, because I'm going to be helping my sister. And there's still lots going through my head, too, right? I want to be sending out those positives for my daddy. He had his scan on Friday to see how his treatments have worked. So please, energies. I did share on there about my daddy, but my daddy is, you know, so he doesn't want everybody coming and, you know, because he's in a good way right now. He's in a good state of mind. He's got a strong mind. Dad's got a strong will too, you know. A little bit comes from me. Not comes from me. I picked up a little bit of that too. Today maybe comes from me too, eh? Right? We teach our parents as well. Right? Look at our kids. Our kids teach us as well. Those with kids would know that too. Alright. Wish shields on the bottom there from the last time we used them. So I just had to smudge them off. And we'll do, yeah. And as I'll set it up, I'll just do it this way. I'll read them upside down so you can see in the face of it. I won't have to try and turn them around afterwards, huh? That sounds good to me. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do our Moonlodge spread, the inward tree for centering, finding our center, getting balanced, you know, especially when we have tough times going on. Hey, man, just working. It can be really stressful, right? So it's not about if you have any major, you know, things going on. Bring it in. We're going to call in all of our loving guides, our source creator. Here with us. All our relations, and thank you for being here with us. We're calling back all of our energies too. So let's call back all of our energies because they will be needed here and now. And their spirit. Spirit is with us. We called in spirit. Spirit's here. And that's where I was going to call it. It was going to go right to the east, but I'm going to shuffle that in again, and maybe spirit will show up. And I'm going to do it this way. So none of us see what's coming up. Huh? Okay. I'll do this. Okay. I'll do one more kind of like this. No looking. Don't peek at what's at the bottom yet. We're going to look at it together. Okay. No, they're still a little damp. Still a little damp. Look at me. Turn them Weirdo. Okay. Don't look. Put it over here. I'm not looking either, see? We'll see what that east card is after. Calling back all of our energies from the east, which is a place of fire, the place of man. That's the spirit, right? So eagle was there. Eagle flies close to spirit. My eagle sisters. Okay. Thank you. Needed that. So calling back all of our energies from the east, the fire, the place of man. Let's call back all of our energies from the south. That's the innocence, the child, the place of the waters and emotions. And then we're calling back all of our energies back to us from the west, which is the place of the woman, the physical, introspection. And then we're calling back all of our energies from the north. That's our wisdom years, the mental, air. And then we walk our red road, goes from east. I just want to get to the east. I want to see if Eagle jumped back there. Anyways. Oh, excuse me. For those who remember, this is the south. Childhood goes from south to north. When we advance, we make those advancements from child to adult. We have to. Your body's growing, you got, right? Of course, there's exceptions, right? Basically, you're going to advance. The child body is going to go. You're going to be in the body. So nurture yourself as you grow. And all these changes that we go through, we need to remember to nurture ourselves and do our care. Because when we're in the south, we're being nurtured, right? By our parents, hopefully, right? If we were given all that. Or by others. So that's being nurtured as we grow up. We learn to start nurturing ourselves. But then when we get in those wisdom years, that nurturing comes back to us too, that we gave out. As children come to take care of the older parents too. Right? It could be. Or as you get older, there's that time for that nurturing again too, to sit back and be nurtured as well, because you've given that to others. It's time to accept that back in for yourself. Nurture yourself. Okay, east to west then is the blue road of spirit. And we come in through the eastern door, we exit through the western door. And that was something I just learned. Linda Post was sharing that too. She had mentioned that. So we are born through the eastern door, and we exit through the western door. Interesting, eh? And the generous protector. Right? So in those blue road of spirit, those become our protectors then too, right? Protectors of our spirit sites, of our spirits, yeah. Souls. I was going to say psyches. I don't know. Well, I think that our psyches is up. That's to protect. That's an inside job. But you know what? That spirit world can help us with those inside jobs. So generous protector. East to west is the blue road of spirit. Right, we go into the introspection. Good morning, BS. Let me know if Lynn is taking. Okay, I'll get back to you, my BBS. That was just a message that came through because I'm on my phone today. Integration, right? When we get to that, we cross out. So we come into life at the east gate. So this is the west gate. So east to west is the blue road of spirit, right? Where in that west is that introspection. And you know, some believe when we get there, there's going to be a life review. We go through a life review and we get to look back at our lives. I liked. One thing that helped me is that people that are abusive, you get to, in a life review, I don't know if it was a card or something I read. See, like I've get, you know, it's not from me. It's something I read. Integration, the life review, that you actually feel everything. So like those abusive people would have to feel all the pain that they had inflicted on others, whoever they did the pain for. So that kind of, I don't know, it made me feel sorry for them in some ways, because like some hurt a lot of people. So if they got to feel all that back, but there's that justice, there's that balance coming back, right? And integrating all that we've learned on this earth journey to bring back into the East Gate, if we so choose, right? If you believe that. You know what? Either way, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, whether this is our only life, we're only getting this life once, okay? So live this life like it's the only one you're going to get. Maybe? Bossy. I'm making a suggestion, right? Those are just things that come up in my mind. Above, below, and within. And we're fully holy here. And I got my mic facing away from me. Aha! I'm going to do that again since I just saw that. I don't like to see what cards are on the bottom because I don't like to feel like I'm pulling at myself, right? So it was the West Shield, the introspection. So you can see that too. Like this. There we go. Next one. There we go. So we did the 5. Below, within. Jamming all together. Some of us might be more apart than others. It's okay. It's okay. Because we can always bring it all back together. And that's the thing. It was the Japanese pottery. Of course, I didn't write that either. Read it. Right? That the cracked pieces, instead of like scrapping out those potteries and vases or whatever, I think it's Japan. I think it's a Japanese thing. They fill the cracks with gold. So then the pottery, that vase or whatever it is, or bowl, is even more beautiful, right? I was talking to my Eagle sister too and thinking, look at those mosaics. There's beautiful mosaics. What are mosaics made out of? Broken pieces. So there's so many beautiful things we can do to transform that. Of course, we can't do that if we just keep looking at the broken pieces thinking all we got is broken pieces, right? We can make something beautiful from that. Transform it. Something beautiful. We can do it. You know, we can ask for help through that too. Because none of us are on our own. Okay? And we don't have to do it alone. Okay? There are some walks we will have to do it alone. To go to that, to make that transition to that western door, you need to do that alone. Of course, your guides and love will come on that side, but on this physical world, nobody's going with you but you, right? Or there might be those times when there's a lot going together. Isn't that a beautiful thing to have so many to go with you? And you're not on that journey alone too. Reframe the way we look at things, man. Okay, excuse me. Man, woman, child, all of us. Let's be that good examples. So we're doing the Moonlodge inward tree. We start with the east, which I'm going to put over here because that's east to you. Okay? North, east, southwest. So I'm going to start with the east. And the east is the Whirling Spirit card. The key to unlocking your natural talents and abilities. It's right here. And the animal that walks with us, sharing their medicine with that, is there. Turn around upside down that way. Over there. That's the east. And then the south is the place of childhood, the emotions. This is your true feelings on a situation or person. So, I mean, you can call that up in your head and see how this helps you with your own situation. If you're thinking about your own situation that you want to be centered in, okay? And that's the beauty of these, that the universe knows. It looks like general message, but we all go through these. And we all do it in different ways. Maybe different times. But we'll all go through all of these lessons. And if we don't make it to it, maybe we'll come back for it. Anyways, true feelings on situation or people is the south card. We're going to do this one right here. And this is the animal. Yeah, this animal wants to come out right there for that. And then the west is the dream within the dream card. There we go. Yeah, okay. And then we have the north is your inner wisdom. Is the wisdom you might not even have recognized in yourself. Is the north. It's the north card. Now there we go. North card. I gotta have a shower. It's a good thing I don't have smell-o-vision. Oh, excuse me. I wanted to get this done before I went up to shower. Okay. So I don't know what time she's calling. I gotta go. And the true self in the center. Yeah. Okay. And look at that. We've got... So I'm going to show you the top and bottoms because they've got a path on the bottom and a totem on the top. There we go. So then the overall, finding our center today. Let me see them all that way. Let me move it. There we go. Okay. With that, the innocence, the child. So we're all innocent. We've all got these inner children and we got to heal those, right? Or like I said, I'd like to find your inner child and kick its little ass. No. I'd like to find the inner child and give it a hug and kick that adult's ass for not taking care of that little child. That's right. I'm coming for you. You're going to feel that energetic kick to your ass. Energetic hugs to your little. Sending them to you now. Right? That innocent little child in there didn't deserve that. That integration of all that we've learned and what we've learned from all those experiences, whether we labeled them as good or bad, all those experiences that helped, all those experiences that hurt, because we've had some of each. There's balance in your life. Oh, excuse me, I hope I'm not like banging it up on you. There we go. There's balance in your life. Sometimes we need to look to find it. Sometimes we need to take action to bring that to us. Sometimes it takes that integration. Alligator doesn't act right away. It takes everything in before it makes a move. And it's actually, they're pretty fast moving. They say they're pretty slow on land, but no, these alligators are actually, they're pretty fast moving creatures, I believe. Okay. I'll show them after again. And we're in the East over here because I've done this backwards to myself. So the East is the Whirling Spirit card. Right, the key to unlocking your talents and abilities. By talking, looking at your options and the viewpoints. When we talk to people, we can get seeing different ways. It's not following what other people's saying, but then we can, maybe something we hadn't thought of comes up. Maybe somebody asks us the questions and we didn't think of it that way. So anything that you're going through, the reputation, what we think of ourselves, right? You can talk to other people, and of course, there's going to be everybody that looks at you is going to have a different opinion of you or a different viewpoint of you, right? Because they're seeing you from their perception, through their filters and what they've gone through, right? And that's not really truly who you are. But to find out, discover how you're coming across to people, that can help you too, right? So reputation, it's about the character that you build, not your reputation. Like John's got the character of being such a kind man. That was his true character, but also his reputation. All right, a kind man. So you're not your reputation, and if you have one that you don't like, you can switch that up. Wayne Dyer gave that talk that we could talk to 100 different people, and they all have different opinions of us. Our family will see us differently than our friends. But you know what? What's most important is how you see yourself. You know, see yourself the way your source sees you. It's beautiful and divine and perfect. So your source sees you. Oh yeah, source created you. Whatever you call that. Let's share that. Talk it out. That's the key to unlocking your talents and opinions. If you don't put it out there, nobody's going to see it. You'll never know. So take that action on that. Whatever that be for you. Let's find the center first. So, and then the south. I didn't have to put these upside down just yet, I guess. You'll tap into that usable energy. So this is in the childhood. Boy, do we have lots of energy as children, right? If we could only tell, you know, how many times, right? If we could bottle that up, huh? Right? So we can learn to use it as we tap in and see that and look through our life and do that life review and see as we were as children, all that energy, where'd that come from? Well, because we got out and we kept moving, right? Energy builds on energy. So you choose which energy you're going to use. So we're down in the south, and that's that innocence. You were innocent. We just play. We don't think that, you know. We believe in the sunshine. We'll go play in the rain. And, you know, a child will just play no matter what's going on, right? Porcupine was up there, Grumpy Bear. Come on, Grumpy Bear, just play. I'm a grumpy bear. I don't want to play. Porcupine, oh, please. Come on. This is a beautiful log, and it's so fun, right? And that's how we can transform into a more usable energy, because that anger can help us only so much. Grumpiness can help us only so much. But how's that energy feel? How do you feel when you're feeling grumpy or whatever, right? I feel like I want to keep using this energy. So tap into those energies that you can use more and bring that with you wherever you go. That innocence, that playful energy, because that's always there for us to tap into. And it's always more, right? That's our main thing here. It's that innocence, right? And the decisions for all. There's council fire underneath that. And now we have that ability to respond, okay? We go back to that innocence. We need to return to this innocence and integrate all that we've been through. So we get up into those wisdom years to find who we really are and how we can help in this world, how we can be of service to our source, to our natural mother, and create those usable energies. The sustainable energies too, so bigger scales. Everything can be taken on smaller and bigger scales here. Remember, it's what it's saying to you as well, right? Oh, you can't see the porcupine down there. I'll tilt it, and then you can have a little better look afterwards. Okay, and then we have the dream time. In the dream within the dream side. Over here's the west for you, right? I'm doing it backwards to myself, so I'm keeping it kind of clear. The dream, right? Unlimited visions. The unlimited visions that we have for ourselves. Sometimes we can get carried away, but we need to come down and focus. That's where that alligator integration, right? Because we have this unlimited vision that we got to integrate in the little pieces. It might come to us in little pieces. Like I say, I can see my big puzzle. I don't know the steps of getting these little pieces. I don't quite know where they go, because sometimes you need some more pieces to kind of get those together, right? And using that integrity impeccably. Yeah. Right? Okay. Sorry. Using that integrity impeccably to focus, right? We have that unlimited vision, and we keep taking those steps, holding that the higher vision. We zero in on those little steps that we need to take, and sometimes we need those, right? And that integrity that we're going to take each step. We're not cutting corners or anything like that, because that wouldn't be with the integrity and impeccably. Oh, that reminds me, John said, or Lynn was sharing how John, like everything meticulous, and it had to be like just so. If in his woodworking and stuff, there was a knot hole, if it was off right, he'd scrap the whole piece, not try and just work out that. So the balance there, what's that for you? But that's what that is, right? And staying focused and staying true to you and holding that higher vision as you're taking those steps, and not trying to skip a step or cut corners, okay? Because then who in the end, right? It's not going to feel good to you. That energy will be wasted out. When you cut corners, maybe there'd be leaks, right? Everything gets out. Imagine a beaver cutting corners. Right? That dam wouldn't hold all that water. Right? So there's lots of places in our lives. There is no cutting corners. You do it and you stick to your integrity and do it impeccably. The unlimited vision that you hold for yourself, that source has for you as well. Because, hey, we are our source. I mean, we are our parents' children. We are. And that nurturing. So we're up here in the north, the wisdom that you didn't know you had in yourself, or maybe didn't know you had in yourself, that you do know how to nurture. You know how to nurture yourself. You know how to take care. And our grandmothers are there nurturing us too. 13 moons, 13 grandmothers. And here on this card, we have the red coral and the turquoise. So that is a representative of the balance, female, male energies, because turquoise is like the sky stone. I think that's according in the Dakota Lagunas. Turquoise. Mayan Aztecs in the south there. With that. But that, and in the Cherokee Seneca, Jamie Sams writes about that too, balancing, where the coral is representative of Mother Earth and the blood, the woman, and then the sky, the male stone is the turquoise. I believe my probably come from Cherokee Seneca teachings, because that's how it mixes in Jamie Sams, who the creator of these cards, and they're from her teachings. So anyways, that nurturing, that's how we get that reusable energy. We need to nurture ourselves, take care of ourselves first to get that, because as a child we don't know that, because we're being nurtured by others, right? We're being told when to go to bed and all that. So we get into adulthood, we need to do that for ourselves. So see how you nurture yourself already, right? See how you protect yourself already. Sometimes we keep ourselves protected, too protected, that we isolate ourselves, and that's not nurturing for us. It's not nurturing to lock ourselves up and not connect, because we are meant to connect. We are in this together. We need each other. We really, truly do. Okay? Right? Because if we're all sparks of the divine, right, we need to come back together at some time, maybe, and see how we're always protected and how we've been protective of others too, because we can't overprotect others. Those of us that are parents and nurturing, we don't want to overprotect our children, because then we are taking away from them in their journey, right? Then we'd be putting our own viewpoints and opinions on them and pushing that, and trying to build the reputation that we think they should have, or whatever, right? Maybe we might hold a vision for them, but is it their vision? So that's where we need to act with integrity impeccably as well, is not be pushing our visions onto our children and let them discover that for ourselves, right? We need to protect, not to keep them away from it. Protecting is not letting them go out and explore. And let me tell you, and this is a psychology thing too, the more a child feels comfortable and secure, the further away that child will wander from its parents, because it feels safe and protected by those parents. So if your child is wandering further away from you, kudos to you, because your child feels safe enough to explore, because they know you're there. They know you're there. You've let them know that you're there. So hand up, there you go. So don't get worried. It's not like they're running away. They feel safe enough to explore. So that's a beautiful thing to give your children, to help them to feel safe enough to explore. It's what we all need. That's why we tap into those guides and those dream times too, that will help us in those dream times. That's why we have those, to help guide us through. So tap in and have those protectors there, will nurture us. It's nurturing all around us. We need to open up to that. There we have, and the true self in the center. That reflections. The world sends those reflections to us. Everything is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And then we're reflecting to others what's going on inside of them. We don't know. It's our job to figure out what their reflection is saying to us, not what our reflection is saying to them. Inside jobs, right? And then we just talk about Beaver building that dam impeccably. So you're building that. As we're starting from childhood and building who we want to be when we grow up. And all those experiences are lining and shaping us. We're following our passions, are we? Are we following our dreams? Or are we listening to others and their opinions and following what, oh, this is my reputation. This is how everybody sees me, so this is what I must do. Because, hey, that's what everybody says I am, right? That's where we're letting go, right? Those reflections, are they projecting something? It's a reflection or a projection. Another thing to decipher, right? Is this a reflection of myself, or is this a projection from them? Which still might be a reflection for me, huh? Anyways, so beaver never builds itself into a corner. You're never trapped. Beaver has many, many ways out. Beaver is one that sits in the west, too. I believe that's an introspection. Or maybe he just sits in the west for me. I don't know. So we are building, and we need to build with integrity and impeccably. Otherwise, it all falls apart, right? If you build your life on lies, right? Or, you know, you take on somebody else's viewpoint of who you are. You're not being true to yourself. That's not integrity. That's not impeccable integrity. Because we need to start being true to ourselves. It's easier to be true to others when we're true to ourselves, right? And when we get in touch with that true self, then we're not going to be fooled by others, because we know. We know who we are. I'm not who you say I am. I am who my source says I am. I am who I say I am, because I have free will, right? And I am Christianna. My preferred name for myself today, but I don't mind Chrissy Carr. Still again, Christy. I don't want to hear that one. But all you beautiful Christies out there, it's a beautiful name. And you know what? There, I can reframe that for myself, because it was Christy. That was Robin Williams' character in What Dreams May Come. One of my favorite movies. And for me, kind of the way I see that transition, that blue road. Yeah, I choose to believe it's kind of like that. Okay. So here we are. These beautiful cards. You beautiful beings. Here's your center today. Get centered. You're building. You're building. It's looking at those reflections. Everything is a reflection. What's that saying to you? Reflections. Is it a reflection of you or a projection onto you? Okay? From others' viewpoints and opinions. Are you you, or you are you? You are not what people say you are. Okay? Listen to your creator, your source, and knows. It's an inside job. And the only one that needs to... You're the only one you need to please. Because you know what? At the end of the day... At the end of this life, you're the one going to be with you to go out with you. Okay? So, be you. Okay? I love you just the way you are. Keep shining your light through everything you do. This world needs you. I need you. We all need you. So keep being you like only you can. Okay? Love yous. Biggest heart hugs ever. And thank you. Have a wonderful day.